Hello, I'm Marijn Jansen, a professor in ICT and governance at Delft University of Technology. In my research, I'm looking at technologies and their impact on the relationship between the governments and the constituents. Open government is changing and digitizing this relationship. Interactions are electronically mediated, and technology, organizational and institutional knowledge is necessary to take advantage of open government. In this MOOC, we will address questions such as what are the best practices for opening government? And how can citizens get answer to questions such as how much public money is spent on ensuring the safety in their neighborhood? And how does their government tackle pollution? In this course, we look at how you can ensure that citizens can find the answers to those kinds of questions to create a more open, transparent and accountable government. Open government and open data are closely related to each other. However, they are distinct. Open government is about the relationship between the public and the government and about creating openness, transparency and accountability. Open data can be used for realizing open government, but can also serve other purposes like stimulating innovation by firms. Open government can follow a policy cycle, whereas open data follows a data cycle. A policy cycle starts by defining a problem. After that, a policy is developed, implemented and evaluated. Open government is about the involvement of the public in all stages of the policy cycle, whereas open data is about collecting data, publishing and using data.
Hi, I'm Anneke Zuiderwijk and I'm a researcher at Delft University of Technology. My research interests are in the area of open data and information and data infrastructures. In this video, we will provide an overview of the MOOC and show which parts of the MOOC address which topics, what you will learn, what you can expect from us, and what we expect from you. In the following weeks, you will explore the challenges, benefits and processes that governments and citizens face when deciding to join the open government movement. This overall learning objective of this course is that you are able to describe, analyze and discuss the foundations, objectives, benefits, barriers and potential negative effects of an open government. The MOOC has 5 different focal points that we will address. In the first week, we focus on the introduction of open government. You will obtain an overview of what are important considerations of open government. The second focal point is the opening and the use of government data. Not all data can be opened. And who are the users of open government data? The third focal point concerns technical and legal aspects of open government. Because of privacy and data protection legislation, not all data can be published. Fourthly, we will examine open government and public values. And finally, we will focus on the conclusions that we can draw from this course. In this course, we will mainly use videos in order to explain the different topics. However, we also have mandatory papers that we ask questions about. For those who are interested in reading more about open government, please follow the master track and study the optional papers. The master track is not assessed and is completely voluntary. Your final mark for this course will be expressed in percentages, ranging from 0 to 100%. The final mark is determined by the following elements. First, the weekly quizzes. Every week there will be a quiz with graded questions for each video and for each mandatory paper. In addition, there will be ungraded questions per video and per paper, but these are just to check whether you understood the content of the videos and papers, and they do not count for your final mark. Second, there are assignments. The assignments together comprise 40% of the final mark, namely 10% for assignments 1, 2, 3A and 3B each. And thirdly, there is a final exam. The final exam will consist of multiple choice questions in the final week. Multiple choice questions are asked about the videos and the mandatory papers. And more information about the grading and the percentages can be found in the syllabus and on the platform. Finally, we would like to point you at several courses related to this MOOC. For instance, you may be interested in the Profit course about open data governance and use. This is a paid course for professionals in which we will treat the topics of the Open Government MOOC more in depth and focus specifically on how to govern and use open data. Other related courses are several MOOCs and Profit courses about data analysis offered by TU Delft on edX, such as the MOOC Data Analysis, Take It to the Max, Visualization and Dashboard Design, and Building Your Own Business Dashboard. And a Profit course about data analysis for your business. Other related MOOCs are the next generation of infrastructure and responsible innovation, also offered on edX. You can find more information about related courses, including links on the edX platform. Please post any questions you may have on our discussion forum. We would like to welcome you to our course, and we wish you good luck and pleasure with your exciting study of the topic of open government.